Good morning. How's everybody doing? It's almost 7:30 in the morning in Chicago here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful morning here. Um, just ravaged by storms over the last few days. It's just absolutely brutal. Um, that's what we got going on here. Um, Coming into the 29th of July here, guys. 2 more days after today. We got big earnings coming here. We got Apple and Meta are going to be coming tomorrow. All right, so we're going to kind of keep an eye on that Mag 7. We'll see what happens there. I think maybe we get some kind of bounce here. I'm talking specifically about the Mag 7. I'm looking at Nvidia's down. You can pull up in Nvidia and you look at it. Let's kind of like take a look through those. All right, so Nvidia, uh, you see what I see. The week is weak. Let's change this to the month so you guys can see that. I'll mix that around here. I'll go to the week there. I got to keep you on your toes, man. Keep you on your toes. All right. So that'll be our day here now, and then we got a hour and then a 3 minute. All right. So on your daily here, more importantly on your monthly, man, shoot her down on the month. Okay. Continuation to the downside under pressure. Um, and Nvidia on the weekly here, you see it, right? We got down to got yesterday's lows on the weekly, 192.64. All right, so we're trading a little better than that right now. We're up 196, so slightly lower from yesterday's off of yesterday's lows. All right, so we'll see. We're going to be inside day here on Nvidia. Um, just not great. I mean, you see what I see. All right, Meta is going to report tomorrow. Um, I mean, they're not running into earnings. I'll tell you that. It seems like the dailies was another 3-2 day down here in the last 2 days. Still under pressure on the week, and month is still hanging heavy. All right, all right. So we'll see. Meta, and that group actually got a little bit better. Your XLC jumped up to the top of the list here on communications. So there's some good stuff in there, and a couple of ones that I would look. I still love Sirius Satellite. It's just so good. It just keeps doing its thing. Stay in Sirius Satellite if you like it. I mean, this thing is just a beast. It just continues to do its job. GSAT, these satellites, I'll tell you, they've been garbage, uh, really, really, really. But maybe these guys start to follow Siri, but not as yet. GSAT came back up in here, still sitting heavy on the month here, and still hitting heavy on the weeklies. So not much there to talk about. We look at that GILT. There's another one. Garbage, 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 garbage. Okay, so you see that. ASTS is another one we'll take a look at. All right, so Siri just seems like just rises above all the rest of the garbage, and that's pretty interesting to see that. All right, but anyhow, Meta tomorrow, Apple tomorrow. Um, my thinking here is on the Mag 7 is that they're already down. Maybe Apple and Meta give us a good report. We get a nice big fat bounce, and then just watch them tumble back down. Okay, I just don't think that this tech is going to get it going here. All right, so but we might get a nice bounce here. We'll see what happens. I'm looking at Amazon this morning here. Amazon is down again here now. Tried to pulled some gains up. Still in this ever since the break, we have not going to fill that gap, and we're getting farther away. So we'll see again. We might get a bounce here, guys, in the next day or two, and then we'll see if they can hold them gains. All right. So Amazon again lower the today. Nvidia down, not really doing anything. Microsoft has actually been one of the standouts that's been doing better. And then yesterday it had the wherewithal to get all the way up to $400, and then sellers took control, and this thing came shooter right back down on the day. All right, so here's where the pressure came from at the end of the day on the 60s, right there on Microsoft. Um, down on the week here with the insider. All right, and stuck in the month, garbage. All right, just garbage. All right, so Microsoft. What else we got in there? Tesla. Um, I think $300. I think 300 is a pretty good support level right now. All right, we're at 306 right now. We've tested it a few times here. Over here, just on the dailies, we got down to 300 spot 69, and we bounced off that again. Now, if we get a bounce here, I could see this thing coming maybe back up into this range, maybe even trying to maybe go and fill up that gap. All right, but that's going to be that would be a hell of a climb there too. But if we get some good reports for Apple or for Meta, I think the bounce will start to occur. All right, so we'll see what happens there. And that's again in that seven, right? That's what we're talking about. We're keeping it in the seven. Google had just what was up with Google here? Uh, Put out an earnings warnings or something like that. I saw on Google. So Google's been moving up since it gapped down, but it hasn't filled that gap yet. So 334 right now. It's slightly higher. Not much going on there, but you know what? She's starting to come back up from where she came from, and that was a gapper down day. She got crushed on that thing. All right, so now we see if Google can start to pick it up from there. All right. We talked about NVIDIA. What didn't we talk about? Amazon, Apple. Apple. All right. So Apple, just an absolute beast. Okay. Got full time frame continuity everywhere. All right. And this morning, no, that's no. Okay. So 335. We're 338. We're going to be inside day coming down with all this business right now. You know what? When it stalled out here, okay, it took what? Where it took like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 or 6 days before this thing was able to, get back in stride, and then I think that you could see again, and we'll see what the earnings bring. So I can't speculate on anything of that right now. I'm just looking at the chart here that we did bounce back up pretty good from there. All right, off of that 2-2 reversal. So we'll see. It's all gonna be in the soup. All right, so we'll see what happens there. So the Mag 7, that's kind of where we're at. We know SanDisk is a little bit lower this morning. We know Micron is slightly lower here this morning. Intel, a little lower again, looking for more continuation to the downside. Cisco, I think, has been very strong. He had a really nice hammer day yesterday. That's pretty good right there. All right, but I wouldn't go running after anything here, guys, at 116. All right, so Cisco, all right. I think we'll wait and see tomorrow, see what numbers come out. If they all lift, and then we'll wait and see if they start to come tumbling back down, right? Humpty Dumpty. All right, so we'll see on that one. All right. Talking way too much about tech. Well, that's about what there is, right? So XLP, really, really nice move yesterday to the upside, and then they crapped it all the way back out. All right, so we saw that this morning. Yesterday morning. We had a brilliant move to the upside with Coca-Cola, XLP, and Walmart, and on all three of them, you can see kind of what happened there. See, XLP made that move to the upside, and then Walmart did the same thing, right? Shooter back down, but Kroger was another one that we had here on the open yesterday. We got all the way up to 60.74. Yeah, we were selling stock up here. All right. So Kroger, they'll recover here a little bit right now. We'll see what happens. XLP, Where's she sitting right now? It's kind of, you don't get a good read here on these things, but 87.06. We're trading right around where we closed. All right. XLY. I think the group is getting better, but I think you got to be super selective of what stocks you like in this one. This was a nice day yesterday. All right, and it's given me a little follow through this morning. All right, so Chipotle Mexican Grill possibly kind of gave up yesterday, but it was a day upper. Where's she trading at now? We're not getting any tell. All right, so possibly there. We know McDonald's had a really good day cooking, and then they gave it up. All right, they had a really nice early move in the day yesterday, this huge move to the upside, and then just disappoint the rest of the day. So that one, you know, again, I'd be very selective in this group. VSCO, I'll go way off the on the reservation on this one. V sexy. This is Victoria's Secrets. Back up to 90. I called for 100 sometime back. Um, this is pretty good, man. I got to say, man, Victoria's Secrets is doing really well. All right, you got that month, you got that month up, you got that week up, you got nice day yesterday. That's showing us anything here. 89, 98. Looks like it's going to be inside day, but that one moving pretty good. All right, so we'll see what in that group what else we can start to grab out of there. All right, so it kind of covers it. I guess we talk about the 500-pound gorilla. That's right, crude is up big today. Okay, we are bombing the hell out of them, or going to whatever they're going to do. There's going to be some bombing. All right, so and I ran through the first rock today this time. All right, so we'll see what happens there. But crude is up 6.27%, 27% this morning. All right, so you got your CLs on the move, folks. All right, nice move to the upside on the crude. We don't like that. All right, we'll check out UCO. That's another one here. Got it all the way back down to 36.73, and today it's up right back up to $40. All right, I'm seeing it at the pump this morning. I saw we went up from 419 to 449 in like 3 days. I mean, this crude is moving around fast, and we're the ones who are paying the price. All right, well, so we'll see what happens with that. All right, Clack was out this morning here. KLAC. That one was the numbers were okay, but the street didn't like it. So coming back down on Clack, closed at 198.80, trading at 174.54. All right, so right now I think we keep an eye on tech. We keep an eye on XLPs. I think they're still in the mix here. I think watch out for that XLC Communications Group. Could get something going. Rob Locks had a day. Had a day. That's all it had was a day. But it's back inside here. I just think it's bigger fish to fry right now. I think everything's going to be on focus on Meta and Apple. All right, we get a nice big bounce here out of that move, and then all of a sudden, them shooters will come back in. Them sellers are going to come right back in. They're going to start taking those profits. That's what I think. We'll see what happens. Boeing. Lower, probably back into that 213, 214 area. I still wouldn't buy it there. I think there's got to be more coming in from that trade too. We got down to that 186. I'd like to get back down there. All right. But we want to buy Boeing on dips for sure. But I mean dips, I'm not talking a point or two. I'm talking like $5-6, something like that. All right. So the VIX is at $19 and it's moving up. I put that up on my list too. Keep an eye on that. All of a sudden, the VIX is hitting almost $19. All right, creepy. All right, everybody have a good day.